Well, what is going on, YouTube? PPS back. It is the last day of February. We're coming at you guys with our YouTube play of the day video for today. Obviously excited. It is massive. It is one of those slates that you can get excited about here for sure. So we have games pretty much across the board in low-level conferences that your boy likes. We have some that are kind of shitty, right? We have some of our favorite ones like the Horizon League. We got some plays today. So I'll be all over the board. One of my favorite teams will be on the slate here. So want to make sure that we get to those. Did post college play yesterday that was on Pass the Prop. As of right now, we are, I think, 1-2 over our last three, 38 and 33, 2.1. We need to keep racking. I'd like to get to at least 5 to 6 by the time conference tournament starts, and that's this week. So we got to get hot, and this is the time to do it. Woo, ready to go. Getting that fresh cut after this. So we're coming out you guys for a winner here. We got 2 of them, and let's get started. First play of the day is going to be a team that I kind of screwed us over last time a little bit here, and it's going to be Wright State team total over 84.5. Let me pull up my screen here so you guys can see where I'm getting as I believe I am happy to them guys to grab the spot. 84.5 minus 118 there, and let's get into some reasons why here. Obviously, we love fading Green Bay, man, and as a guy who lived pretty close to there, it's tough to see. It's tough to see how bad they are. Their first adjusted defense, not a great pace for us backing it over, but truly I don't think it matters when you're rolling with Wright State, who's 20th in the entire country in terms of pace. And we've seen these guys obviously play before. Wright State is a team that we've played quite a bit. They've been kind of back and forth for us, but I think this is a spot where we go right back to them, right? We have Trey Calvin, obviously 20 points per game. He's been fantastic. Brandon Noel, almost averaging a double-double there. The only reason I'm a little bit worried is just because we saw what happened in the first game, where it was a 31-point blowout, where Wright State only allowed 16 points in the first half to Green Bay. And we only saw them score 77. What I did like, though, is that the pace continued even into the second half till the last 6 or 7 minutes where we didn't really see any points there. So they scored 77 points, and I don't expect Green Bay to score only 46 again. They're at home. I believe this is their last home game there. Wright State played absolutely god-awful in terms of three-point percentage. They're middle of the pack, around 34% on the season. They shot 3 for 14 in this game, and it was not because Wright State's good, right? Or it's not because Green Bay is good, right? It's just missing shots. One thing I also think is when we saw a game, especially when it's down 25, right? They were up 25 in the first half. Like I said, I don't expect that type of come out here on the road. I expect them to obviously, I think it'll be a little bit closer than that. And that is going to be why I'm going to talk about this. Green Bay is actually the worst team in terms of margin in the second half. 10 points. They're 10 points worse than their opponent in the second half. They allow 41.4 points per game in the second half, and that's across all games so far this season, right? So I am kind of worried that if this game stays close, Wright State could just absolutely blow the doors off this team in that second half. I also want to talk about how Green Bay is averaging 77 points per game allowed on the road so far this year. Wright State has been playing very, very well. Needs to get this going a little bit going into this conference tournament. They're 6th right now in the Horizon. They've lost 3 of their last 4. Obviously, a very nice win over Detroit Mercy in their last game. And I believe this is their last game before heading into it. So this is a momentum game. This is Green Bay's senior night, most likely. Actually, I think this is actually in Wright State. So that's even better, right? That's what we're talking about here. So I love it. Love Wright State tonight. I really do not like Green Bay's team this year, and that's coming from a guy who lived about 15 minutes from Green Bay growing up. So Trey Calvin, 30-piece tonight, maybe. But I also just think that if this game is, I hope it's within 10 to 15 in the first half, and then just watch the doors get blown off this team in the second half. You want to get that momentum going, right? Just looking at the schedule here, They are one game behind Oakland, so obviously that would get them in the top half of the conference. So this is a big game for Wright State to win. So sign me up. Wright State team total over 84.5 against UWGB. And if you guys have been following me, you guys know this team has just been an absolute force for us lately. And that is the New Mexico Lobos, a team that honestly have not been winning that much. And I get that. I've actually backed them in a lot of the games they have won, which is really nice. 66.5 minus 115. Let me adjust that number. 115 on both sides. So let me get that adjusted so you guys can get the true number there. I did not line chop this one on FanDuel just because I got to get this video out a little bit quicker today, but absolutely love this spot. New Mexico at home is an absolute wagon in the first half. We talk about the home road splits here, and New Mexico is averaging the 15th most points in the entire country in terms of first half scoring, but they average 40 per game in the first half when they are at home. So that's obviously getting a lot of the job done here of the 66.5. I did like how we hit this number in that first game, and it was not a particularly fast-paced game, but very efficient on both sides, right? We saw 67 points or 68 points in that first half in their first matchup. And again, it doesn't really matter who they're playing. The big three of New Mexico comes and shows out, right? I mean, it's the numbers they're putting up is pretty ridiculous and a very scary team if they can get hot, right? They're only running an 8-man team right now. At least I was in the first game. And some of them, they're only given like 8 minutes, right? You're getting 38 plus from Aduz, Mashburn, House, and Alec in their first matchup. Jalen House fouled out, played 38 minutes, fouled out, had 16 and 6, right? You go to Jamal Mashburn, 22 and 3. We see an 18 and 7 from Aduz there. This team is very, very top heavy. Like I said, only 3 guys really doing a bunch of their scoring, but they're tough to guard, right? You have the inside presence, you have the outside shooting, and I just love how New Mexico continues to push the pace. We look at them so far this year. They're top 30 in terms of pace, 26th in the country, 23rd adjusted offense, 90th adjusted defense. I know Fresno State is a matchup that isn't great, but that's indicated already in the line, right? They're giving me 66.5. I'm grabbing New Mexico at 74, 75 in the first half, a lot of these games. And just because we're playing a slower team, I get that. A tougher defense, I get that. But these 3 have just been showing out, especially at home so far this year. And they've been doing it. I mean, this is not the first year they've been doing this, right? I mean, these guys are older dudes. Jamal Mashburn, 22, or he's a junior right now. First game, like I said, 22 points per game. He's averaging 19 per game at home so far this year. I mean, you can just go up and down the list here. These guys just playing better at home. We said that for House, but on the at home again, 16.8 points per game for House. Senior obviously wants to get a big win here for his team heading into the tournament. I really hope New Mexico makes a little run here. I'll probably be talking about some futures here. I love Youngstown State. I got a message plus 175 on Hard Rock. Someone messaged me about that. I think that's a great spot. If I can get New Mexico close to like plus 500 to win that tournament, I'll probably do it. And I'll pull the trigger because I really like this team, and they just continue to make money for your boy here. So sign me up. I love both plays today. Wright State team total over 84.5 against the lowly UWGB Phoenix. And then we got New Mexico first half over 66.5 minus 115, taking on a tough Fresno State team. But sign me up for that pace. Bring it out of them here, New Mexico. Let's get those Lobos scoring some points here. So love today's slate. Let me know if you're tailing, and let's get another sweep tonight, guys.